What's up, everybody? Here we are, live once again. Radical Rockin' Record Reviews with Mick Watkins, bassist of Wild Ride. And it is now time to crank it up to 11. And it is time to rank the discography, oh man, of one of the greatest artists. I mean, honestly, you could call him the godfather, the grandfather of heavy metal. We are talking about none other than the Prince of Darkness, Ozzy Osbourne, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you all are having such a great day, really. I mean, dude, it's Saturday, beautiful Saturday outside. Open the blinds, open the windows, and it's beautiful outside, beautiful. Today, as you see, I'm drinking a little water, but I might have a couple drinks on this episode. I might have a couple drinks, hang on. Alright guys, so I want to thank everybody that's been tuning in to the past videos. Episode 1 was ranking the albums of Motley Crue. Episode 2, ranking the albums of Metallica. And today, like I said, is going to be episode 3, ranking the albums of none other than the Prince of Darkness, Ozzy fucking Osbourne, mate. It's fucking Ozzy. Fucking the Madman, dude. Killer. I love Ozzy Osbourne, dude. Love Ozzy. Ozzy has been pretty much a staple in my life throughout most of my entire life. Growing up, my aunt Sandy, she was a huge fan of Ozzy. And I remember seeing, the first time I ever saw him, really, was back when I was a kid. I remember going in her room. Her room at the house was like this fortress that you did not enter. You didn't go in. You didn't enter this fortress. But every now and then I would get some peeks. And I remember going inside of her room, I think one of the first times. And on the wall she had a giant Bark at the Moon poster. And I thought that was just so freaking killer. Because as a kid, you know, growing up as a kid, I was always obsessed with, I loved like Halloween, I loved monsters, I loved witches and all that kind of cool shit. I loved horror and, you know, all that fun stuff, guys. All that fun stuff. I feel like I gotta raise the camera up a little. Yeah, I do. There you go. Sorry about that, guys. Technical difficulties. I mean, but anyway, so I was really into all that kind of stuff, man. And growing up, you know, I was like, who in the world is that? And I saw that name, O-Z-Z-Y, and I was like, Ozzy Osbourne. Who in the hell is that? That guy's cool as shit. Hang on, my camera is still messing up. Anyway, guys, so we are gonna rank the Ozzy Osbourne albums. 12 studio albums, and it's gonna be a blast. And you know, I mean, in this one, I think with Ozzy, for the most part, I think most fans are gonna agree on definitely the first three. The first three are most of the time gonna be somewhere within, you know, those first three. I won't say which titles it is because I'm gonna throw a little curveball in that first three, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna throw a little curveball, and we'll see what kind of reactions you guys get. Because, you know, one of the things that I kind of enjoy with these videos is I like fucking with people. You know, like with the Motley Crues, like with the Metallica, putting Load in my top 5. I know that a lot of reaction from people were like, really, Load? Come on, dude, come on. But anyway, it's all opinions, and it's all fun, and it's all about the love of heavy metal, guys. And of course, Ozzy Osbourne. So, you know what? I think I might. I was going to try to stick with water. But, dude, there's nothing like busting open a good old cold one. And talking and cranking some tunes and talking to friends about killer fucking music. So, guys, first of all, I want to thank my sponsors. I want to thank my proud sponsors of Radical Rockin' Reviews with Wild Ride bassist Mick Watkins. I want to thank Coors Light. And I'd like to thank, which is the first time I'm going to drink this on this show, I'd also like to thank all my friends over there in Germany of Jägermeister. I'd like to thank Coors Light and Jägermeister, and also Little Kings. But unfortunately, I drank all the Little Kings, guys. So we're gonna have to bear with me, and we'll get some Little Kings going, guys. We will get some Little Kings. Get some Little Kings going. All right, so let me get a quick little swiggy of some Coors Light, and then we're gonna get into the review of Ozzy Osbourne discography. 12 studio albums, which this time I'm pretty damn sure it's 12 albums. So, let me crack this bad boy open. Good old Stone Cold, give me a hell yeah! Hell yeah! Oh, it's delicious, guys. It's delicious. All right, so 12 studio albums coming at you live. Coming at you live. All right, so here we go. 12 albums from the worst to my favorite, least favorite to favorite. Ozzy Osbourne, Radical Rockin' Record Reviews here. Let's get down. Coming in number 12. Oh man, coming in number 12. I mean, this should not be a surprise, really. I think, well, actually this might be a surprise because his latest release has been panned by a lot of fans. A lot of fans love it. It's a very love and hate release. And a lot of his fans love it. A lot of them hate it. I don't know. We're going to find out right now, ladies and gentlemen. But going in right now, number 12, what I truly believe is the worst release from Ozzy. I mean, this is kind of, I don't know, easy for me. From, what year was this? I don't know, 2005. 2005's release. Ozzy Osbourne, Undercover, the Covers album. This album, I mean, I bought it basically because I'm a completist and I've got to own all the releases from all the bands and artists that I love. 13 tracks. You know, I think most of this album are just throwaways. I mean, honestly, I'm not a big fan of most covers albums, really. You know, I'm not really a big fan of covers, you know. And now, if there's one cover on an album, I don't mind that at all. Like, see, like on most of Ace Frehley's releases, there's on most of them there is a cover song. But I don't know, on this release, I mean, most of the songs just come throwaways, and I don't really need to hear them. The only song on this album, like if I was gonna do a best of Ozzy, if I was gonna do a Ozzy's Mix Picks Greatest Hits, which I've done plenty of times, which is cool. The only song that I would include on this, and it's probably the best track to me, honestly, is the Beatles cover, In My Life. Cool song. The rest of the album, completely don't really want to hear it again, don't really need to hear it again. So check it out. Number 12, the worst Ozzy release, in my opinion, Ozzy Osbourne, Undercover. All right, let me get another swiggy. Hang on. Oh, God, it's good shit. Really good stuff, guys. On a beautiful Saturday morning, you can't beat it, dude. You can't beat it. All right, so coming in at number 11. Number 11. What I think, well, here it is. Check it out. From 1995, and this album, when it came out, this was a huge album, huge popular album when I was in middle school. I mean, I remember most of my rocker friends, most of the rock kids, my friends, had this album, and I remember hearing shitloads about it on the radio. I mean, people really dug this album, and I think it's good. It's just one of my least favorites, honestly. And I'm going to go with, from 1995, going into the 90s. Check it out. Ozzy Osbourne, Ozzmosis, dude. Ozzmosis, I mean, it's a good release. It's not horrible, it's not bad. It's got some great classic songs. I just want you. I mean, Tomorrow's cool. See you on the other side. Yeah. I mean, it's got some really good tunes. Thunder Underground. I think probably the best song on this album to me is Ghost Behind My Eyes. Ghost Behind My Eyes, killer track. I mean, this album is, I don't know. I mean, it's kind of, I don't know what it is about this album. I really just don't ever play it. I mean, it's just, I don't know. It's missing something from Ozzy. It's missing something from Ozzy. It just, to me, it doesn't really feel very inspired. I don't really know what to say about it, honestly. I mean, it's just kind of for Ozzy, you know, you really want like hard rocking up, you know, you really songs that get you up tempo kind of tracks. And this album just does not deliver that at all. Most of the songs are kind of mid-paced and I don't know. Kind of a boring album to me. So that's 1995 Ozzmosis. Check it out. All right, here we go. Let me get another swiggy real quick. Oh, shit. Hang on. Oh, it's a good one. Let me get another one. Shit. All right. Coming in at number 10. Number 10 on the least favorite to favorite Ozzy Osbourne albums. I'm going to go with 2007's Ozzy Osbourne's Black Rain. Black Rain. Now, this might shock. I mean, I know lots of fans, lots of friends of mine, lots of people love this album. Lots of people hate it. I think a lot of these later releases from Ozzy, going for maybe the last 20, 25 years or so, latest, it's kind of crazy. But I think a lot of them are kind of polarizing with a lot of fans, you know, a lot of polarizing material. I mean, this album's good. I mean, I remember when it came out, I was really big into it. I cranked it all the time. And, I mean, it's good. It doesn't suck. But again, it's just, most of the songs are just kind of played at like a mid-pace kind of tempo. Nothing really stands out and really rocks. You know, I mean, the first single, which I think is the best track on it, I Don't Want to Stop, that's good stuff. To me, that's classic Ozzy. Classic Ozzy completely. The title track, Black Rain, is really good. Let's see. The ballad, Lay Your World on Me, really good track. Really good track. I like Trap Door, and another song I think that is really killer that I would include on a Mix Picks Greatest Hits Ozzy Osbourne compilation. I would put Countdown's Begun. So there you go. Number 10, coming in, Black Rain from 2007. Decent release, decent, pretty good. Not horrible, not horrible. Get another swiggy real quick. All right. Okay, number 9 on the list. Worst to favorite Ozzy Osbourne releases. This for 2001. I'm gonna go with Ozzy Osbourne. Down to Earth. Down to Earth. Dude, I mean, this album's really good. And I remember at the time, like I said, you know, it was pretty hip with me and my friends. We really liked this. And it has Dreamer on it, which I remember MTV playing that music video quite often, you know, and us cranking it being on at parties and shit back then, you know, and, you know, gets me through is classic Ozzy. I mean, Dreamer, I think Dreamer, one thing about Ozzy is I love Ozzy's ballads. I really enjoy his ballads. And Dreamer, to me, is one of his greatest ballads. One of the greatest ballads he's ever written. What's some other great song? Facing Hell rocks, dude. I love Facing Hell. Let's see what other good tunes are. Junkie's pretty cool. It's like a modern-day Suicide Solution. Well, not really modern day, because this album's fucking 19 years old. Believe that shit or not. Man, time flies by. And another great song is No Easy Way Out. So yeah, man, I mean, this was Zakk Wylde coming back to the band after, you know, him, I guess, being out towards the late 90s. And, you know, so this was a return for Zakk. And I think Zakk Wylde's got a really awesome tone on this album. Great guitar tone on this. So coming in number 9, here you go. Yeah, number 9, Ozzy Osbourne, Down to Earth from 2001. Pretty cool. Not bad. All right, here's where it's going to get controversial for me. And for a lot of you people, it's going to get kind of controversial. And I'm going to fix the camera back a little bit. Sorry, guys. Sorry. I'm not a pro yet. I'm still figuring shit out and everything. So, coming in. Number 8. Here we go. Number 8 on the list. Ozzy Osbourne's. This one's going to get a little controversial, guys. Some of you are going to disagree. A lot of you all, since this came out, and this album's, I mean, it's practically brand new. It's only been out for maybe 2 months. Maybe, if that. And I know lots of people have panned this album, saying it's a complete piece of utter trash, complete shit sandwich. And a lot of people I've seen praise it. I mean, it's either shit sandwich, or lots of people are saying it's one of his best ones. The best one in a long time, man. And, you know, I'm kind of, well, let me go ahead and say this, that I do not think it's one of his best albums. I really don't. And, you know, you can see it on the ranking list. I don't think it's one of his worst either. I like this album. I remember when I first heard it, I was so off-put by just the whole setup of it, you know, the whole thing of him working with Post Malone and Post Malone's producer and him writing most of the songs and playing most of the guitar on it. You know, and just, I mean, to me, this album kind of came at a time whenever I felt that Sharon Osbourne, you know, she's always kind of, anymore, it's almost like she's got her hand up Ozzy's ass, and Ozzy's like a puppet. I mean, it's been like that for a long time, actually, but anymore nowadays, it just seems like it's getting worse. But, I mean, anyway, the songs, the album is what counts. And, you know, after, this album was definitely a grower on me. And I listened to it, because it's Ozzy, dude. I don't want to hate it. I don't. So, I mean, coming in number 8, obviously, I mean, this album is pretty good. Pretty damn good. I'm going to go with 2020's, one of the first rock metal albums of the decade for me. Ozzy Osbourne's Ordinary Man. Check it out. Ordinary Man. Pretty good album, man. I mean, it's got some tracks, okay? It's got 11 tracks. I mean, Lewis, to me, I'm not a fan of rap music. I'm not a fan of Post Malone. I don't get it. I don't understand the appeal, the mass appeal for people like him. I don't get it, dude. I don't get it, and I'm never gonna get it. Sorry to disappoint you. I'm sorry to break your heart, guys. I'm sorry. But I just don't get it. So, you know, to me, whenever I'm jamming this album, cranking this album, mostly in the car or at home, those songs don't exist to me. This album stops at track number 9, which is Only for Tonight, which is a good kind of classic sounding ballad for Ozzy. So out of those last tracks, to me, they just don't exist. So, like I said, this album stops at track 9. And with that being said, from track 1 to 9, I think it's a pretty solid album, dude. And Slash is on it. Slash kills it on some solos. And I really like some of these solos from Andrew Watt. I think he did good. I mean, I'm not the biggest Zakk Wylde fan, or let me say I'm not the biggest modern day fan of Zakk Wylde with all the pinch harmonics and shit. You know what I mean? I'm more of a Randy Rhoads, Jakey Lee guy. But I mean, this album, honestly, I think it would have been better with a little influence from Zakk Wylde. I mean, really what you should have done, dude, have Slash play on the whole album. This album would have been a lot better if Slash would play on it. But Duff McKagan, dude, Duff McKagan throws down some bass on here. Duff McKagan, one of my favorite bass players. Killer melodic, good bass player. Awesome stuff. I mean, it got some really good songs. Opening track, Straight to Hell, is good. My favorite track, All My Life, I've been living in yesterday. Yeah. All My Life is cool. Goodbyes, and, well, actually, no. My favorite track on the album would be the duet on the ballad with Elton John, which I'm a huge Elton John fan as well. The title track, Ordinary Man. Good stuff, man. Under the Graveyard's classic Ozzy. Eat Me has some kind of goofy lyrics. Eat me. I mean, but I dig it. And, dude, another killer deep track on this album that I think would sound really good live, actually, with Zakk Wylde playing on it. Scary little green man, do you believe in scary little green man? It's the end. So there you go. Ozzy Osbourne, 2020's Ordinary Man coming in. So that's 12, 11, 10, 9, 8. Number 7 on the list, guys. We get another quick swiggy of the Coors Light. Good stuff, guys. Good stuff. All right, let me adjust this camera. Oh, this is giving me a pain in the ass. This tripod I have. Sorry, guys. My show, it's not full of brilliant edits. It's not, I mean, later on, we will get there. But right now, this is just bare bones, dude. Me and my phone on this fucking, you should see this setup I have. It's crazy. But you know what? We're going to get there. What only matters is the music and, well, the ranking. So, but guys, we will get the production values will get better, believe me. Stick with me, guys. We're going to have lots of fun. Anyway, guys, coming in number 7. Coming in number 7, I believe. Something like that, whatever. Is, I forgot the year of this, man. What is it? Yeah, from 1991. Wow! 1991's No More Tears, dude. No More Tears. Killer release. And, you know, honestly, what I think makes this album really good is the fact that Ozzy wrote a lot of this material with somebody that you would not expect. I mean, a couple of these songs, some of the better tracks were co-written with none other than Lemmy Kilmister from Motorhead, dude. I mean, Lemmy was good. Lemmy was a god at writing Motorhead-style songs, you know. I mean, of course, we all know, we all love Motorhead, or at least I do. And I know my buddy Edwin Canestresi, he loves Motorhead as well. But, dude, when it came down to it, Lemmy could write some killer songs, killer ballads with killer pop hooks, dude. He was a beast, man. And Lemmy helped on this album a lot. And, dude, helped write some of the better songs. And it kicks off with, "They call me Mr. Tinker Train." Dude, Mr. Tinker Train's awesome. "I Don't Want to Change the World's classic. "Mama, I'm Coming Home." "Burnout Factor," but still, that shit's classic. "Desire" is good. "No More Tears" is classic. I mean, fuck, dude. The track listing on this CD is weird. It's like in a circle. And then you got Sin, dude. I mean, Hellraiser, written by Lemmy. Motorhead did a version on one of their albums that I really, really like, that I feel is kind of, people hate it. A lot of fans think that it's one of their worst albums, which is March or Die. I'm a big fan of Motorhead, March or Die, but that, we will save that for the Motorhead ranking. But yeah, man, good album, good stuff. 1991's. This album was huge at the time. I remember 1991's No More Tears. Check it out, man. Check it out. My favorite track on this would probably be either Hellraiser or Road to Nowhere. Just throwing that out there. All right, so now we're down. We're getting down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Coming in number 6. I'm bad at screwing up the number of these rankings. I need to start writing this shit down, I guess. But anyway, coming in number 6. This album, another polarizing release. I mean, when this album came out, I remember just being floored by how powerful, how great the songs were. The leads were ear-piercing, killer. To me, this was Ozzy going back to classic Ozzy. And at the time, I remember people, it's still 10 years later, people are like, the album's okay, it's alright. But dude, no. I think this album is absolute classic Ozzy. And I think Ozzy and his whole band sound fucking re-energized, reinvigorated. And I'm talking about none other who I love this album, dude. I mean, really, if you did not give this album a chance when it came out, I highly suggest you give this thing a spin, dude. This is a classic Ozzy album. To me, to Mick Watkins, Basis to Wild Ride. I'm talking about none other than 2010's Scream, dude. Scream. Album's hot. Album's good. I mean, you know, the title track, "Let Me Hear You Scream." Classic Ozzy, dude. "Life Won't Wait," my favorite track. And honestly, one of Ozzy Osbourne's greatest ballads, "Life Won't Wait." Excuse me. "Digging Me Down's" classic Ozzy. "Crucify" is another kind of cool ballady song. "I'm Fearless." Fearless is good. Another great ballad. "Time." "I Want It More" rocks. Dude, Vladimir's Mercy, this album. "Let It Die." Soul Sucker. This album's fucking solid, dude. There's not one skippable track on this. This album rules. Scream rules, dude. One of the best albums of the 2010s, totally. Totally. And this actually, this is probably hard to find now, but this is the, if you notice, this is the tour edition where it has the U.S. flag, the American flag right there. And it's got a bonus track. See, it's got the CD right there, and it's got the bonus track. And it's got some other outtakes from the album, songs like "Hand of the Enemy," "One More Time," "Jump the Moon," and it has some other bonus tracks, live bonus tracks with Gus G, which I think, dude, that's Ozzy's thing on this album, Gus G. Gus G, to me, in my opinion, you know, I mean, Gus G should have stayed with Ozzy. Whoever fired him, whoever got rid of him, probably Sharon. Fuck off, Sharon. We gotta say it. Dude, Gus G made this album and gave Ozzy balls and great guitar playing that he hadn't had in a long time, guys. So, I mean, Gus G should have stuck with Ozzy. Ozzy should have made the new album with Gus G. But, of course, you know, people don't want to hear that. They want to hear what's pop and what's popular. Post Malone, Andrew Watt. Like I said earlier, good album, but it ain't a pimple on the ass of Scream, dude. No. All right, so now, ladies and gentlemen, we're getting into my top 5 of Ozzy Osbourne's greatest albums. I had to adjust the camera again. So coming in number 5, dude. Woo-hoo! We get another swig of Coors. Coming in number 5. The first album to feature a young man named Zakk Wylde. And to me, this is back when I love Zakk Wylde's playing on this album. Like I said earlier, I'm not the biggest fan of modern day Zakk, or really Zakk from, I don't know, maybe the mid-90s on. I mean, I dig him. He's cool. Great player. Awesome songwriter. But just the squeals, the pinch harmonic. And his riffs anymore, I think, have just gotten a really generic sound. And honestly, I think that's why Ozzy doesn't want to use it. Because Ozzy has said in the past in interviews, he's like, well, you know, I don't want to make an album that just sounds like, it doesn't sound like Black Label Society with me saying, you know. Not making fun of Ozzy, I love it, but, you know, that's my imitation. But yeah, but back then, though, back here, Zakk Wylde was on fire, dude. Zakk Wylde was on fire. And I'm talking about none other. Wow. 1988's No Rest for the Wicked, dude. Killer party album. This album rocks. So fucking good. Miracle Man. Miracle Man. Oh, God. Crazy Babies. Devil's Daughter. Bloodbath in Paradise. Fire in the Sky. Demon Alcohol. I'm your demon alcohol. I'm your demon alcohol. Let's party. Dude, fucking Demon Alcohol. Love it, man. Love it. And, shit. And then the killer hidden track, which I love. I don't wanna be a hero. Hero. Killer stuff, man. God, this album's so good. If only Zakk Wylde would have kind of stayed in this kind of style. Dude, fuck. But anyway, at least we got this. Great album. Favorite track. Oh, that's tough. Oh, man, I forgot my favorite track on there, Breaking All the Rules. Definitely. Probably another favorite track, Fire in the Sky. Killer, 1988's No Rest for the Wicked. All right, guys, we're getting down to the top 4. I mean, adjust this stupid tripod. There we go. I'm sorry for the technical difficulties. This is like a show on public access, dude. I mean, I know lots of people, you know, like one of my, well, you know, I mean, some of the reasons that I started this channel are from some of my biggest influences. Some of the videos that I'll watch all the time. Let's go ahead and give some props up for Dr. Fuck Ralph Vieira. Love you, Doctor. You're awesome. Pete Pardo from Sea Tranquility, another great reviewer. You know, and I got to give it up to my buddy Rick from It's All For You Demon, dude. Those guys are the reasons that I'm doing these videos. And my shows don't have the brilliant editing that those do. Not yet. Not yet. Right now, I'm a Padawan. Those dudes are like the Jedis. I'm a Padawan. I'm learning. I'm learning, guys. I'm learning. We'll get there, though. Me and you, together. Rock and roll. Radical Rockin' Record Reviews. We're going to do this shit. And, you know, one of the plans I have for this show eventually is I like to have guests on. I like to have guest spots. And we're going to talk more about than just album rankings and shit. But this is one of my favorite hobbies. One of my favorite things I love to do. If anybody knows me, knows I love to rank things. So, here soon, we're going to have some guests on, man. We're going to have some guests. We're going to do some different shit. But for right now, I want you, my fans, my viewers, to get to know me and my taste of music. And, what other better way, right? So, with that being said, we're going to take a little breather real quick. I don't want to burn this up. It's going to be another 35-minute video. But here, you know what? We're going to do a little shot. So if you got some drinks at home, man, raise them up. I mean, whether you're drinking a beer, liquor, or wine, whatever, dude. I mean, this show's all about partying and having fun and listening to tunes and talking about music, dude. Music. So we're going to take a shot of Yag, my favorite liqueur. And everybody, you know, that hangs out with me, nobody likes to drink this shit. Except for my buddy, my bandmate, Tommy Blitz. The shredding lead guitar wizard, left-handed lead guitar wizard of Wild Ride. Excuse me. Tommy Blitz always joins me in on this. But other than that, I always kind of got to drag people. Like, come on, let's take a shot. Like my old buddy Jelly D, John Bon Jovi, Joseph Barnes. And, you know. But anyway, guys. Cheers. Let's do this. Bottoms up. Good old Diamond Dave. Alright, so here we go, guys. Woo! Feeling it now. Feeling it and thrilling it. Alright, so we got down the top four. Top four Ozzy Osbourne albums from me, Mick Watkins, bassist of Wild Ride. Okay. Top four should be, if you've watched from the beginning, like I've been saying, well, I just showed the album cover, but you know what albums are coming up next. I'm gonna quit babbling. Number 4, dude, fucking killer release. I know a lot of people hate this, including Dr. Fuck, Ralph Vieira. A lot of people don't dig it, man. I think it's a solid release from the Jakey Lee era. Number 4, it's just the ultimate sin. 1986 Ultimate Sin, dude. Fuck, I love this album. Love this record, dude. Love it. It's got lightning strikes. Oh, fucking that. On the record, back then, a lot of the track listings were out of order. I've noticed, like, on a lot of the Kiss albums, on vinyl, the track listings are kind of out of order. And what I've heard why that happened was back then they would press up the jackets. They would press up the jackets before the record plants and the manufacturers even knew the track listing order. Maybe the artist didn't even know. So they would just send them the album titles and put them in order. And a lot of these that I've seen, I don't know about this one, but on the Kiss album, are in alphabetical order. So let me grab the CD real quick. Hang on. Where's it at? Alright, so yeah, man. I mean, you got Ultimate Sin from 1986. Great songs opening up with the title track, Ultimate Sin. Secret Loser's killer, dude. Never know why we rock. Oh, dude. Never know why. Thank God for the bomb. Lightning Strikes. Probably my favorite track on this album. It's kind of poppy. It's kind of, commercial, but, as you can see, look around me, look at my shirt. I mean, I'm just a sucker for, I'm a huge glam metal fan, hair metal fan, whatever you want to call it, whatever, pop rock, hard rock, whatever. Killer song in that style. Lightning Strikes, Killer of Giants is really badass. Fool Like You, Shot in the Dark, and Never. Man, it's killer stuff. 1986's Ultimate Sin from Ozzy Osbourne. I know this is the glam period where Ozzy almost looked as bad as what Kiss looked at the Asylum era. And, you got to blame Motley Crue in the Theater of Pain look, which I think Motley Crue looked cool during the Theater of Pain. I mean, they had the whole court jester, glammy, kind of theatrical look, but it worked for them. Not for Ozzy, who was getting a little chubbed up. Ozzy was getting a little chubby, man, kind of like me, Ozzy's a little chubby, and he looked kind of ridiculous, but whatever. Nonetheless, dude, Rainy Castillo's on this album. Great lineup. Ozzy Osbourne on vocals, Jakey Lee on lead guitar, Phil Soussan on bass, and Rainy Castillo, my brother, rest in peace, moment of silence for Rainy Castillo. There you go, Rainy Castillo on drums, and just killer album. I know it's kind of hated by some, hated by a lot of people, but dude, I love it. Number 4, 1986, Ultimate Sin. Cool shit, man. I'm gonna put the CD back. Here's the CD version, which is kind of hard to find nowadays, but I got it. Because I love it. All right. Here's his top 3, ladies and gentlemen. Top 3 of the Ozzy Osbourne releases. Man, you know what it is, but you don't know what order it's in. That's the fun part of this. Coming in number 3, I know people are gonna. This is when people are gonna start take a big tub of popcorn and fucking throw it at me and shit. Dude, go ahead and do it. Opinions. That's what it is. We all have them. Number 3. Oh boy. From 1981. You know what it is. Coming at you. Ozzy Osbourne's debut masterpiece after getting sacked from Black Sabbath. Can you thank... Well, hang on. From 1981, Ozzy Osbourne's Blizzard of Oz. A full-on masterpiece. And a great... Ozzy Osbourne's greatest lineup. I mean, honest. Well... Yeah, probably greatest lineup. You got Ozzy Osbourne, lead vocals, Randy Rhoads, lead guitar, fucking Lee, was it Kerslake on drums. And on bass, Bob Daisley, duh. I was like, what's his name? Brain fart. Bob Daisley on bass. And Bob Daisley, you know, I think back then was Ozzy's major lyricist, dude. I love Bob Daisley's bass playing on this. Years ago, like when I was a kid and I didn't really know much about all this technical shit, I always thought that Rudy Sarzo, which I love Rudy Sarzo as a bass player, I always thought, because seeing the videos back then, of them, was it live, featuring Ozzy, Randy, on Rudy Sarzo, I watched those videos, major brain fuck. But anyway, I always thought that Rudy played on this album, and the whole time it was Bob Daisley. I didn't know that until, a little bit ago. But anyway, guys, this album's killer. I Don't Know, killer track. Crazy Train, killer track. Good Battle Romance, D. Probably my favorite track on this album, Suicide Solution, dude. Suicide Solution, which I've heard that Bob Daisley and Ozzy Osbourne wrote that about Bon Scott. As a tribute, Mr. Crowley, No Bone Movies, Revelation, Mother Earth, killer song, dude. And Still the Night Away, not a dud on this album, dude. Pure Ozzy Osbourne classic, man. Love this album, so good. So good. Oh, shit. Number 3 coming at you. There it is. Blizzard of Oz. Oh, yeah. So here we got, coming in, my second favorite Ozzy Osbourne album. You know what it is. You have to know what it is. Even with the 2 left, you know what album it is. I'm talking about, I think this is from 1983. Oh, shit. Okay, 1983. Ozzy Osbourne's Nocturnal Classic. I love this album. Every year around Halloween time, when I'm getting in the mood for Halloween and stuff, to me, like, this album is the perfect Halloween album. I love listening to this album in the fall around Halloween time, and I love cranking this album at night. It's a perfect nighttime album. None other. 1983 classic, the debut of Jake E. Lee. We're talking about who might be my favorite Ozzy Osbourne guitar player, possibly. We're talking about 1983's Bark at the Moon. Oh my God, check that. Dude, this album, complete perfection. Complete perfection in my opinion, guys. Bark at the Moon, You're No Different, Now You See It, Now You Don't. Rock and Roll Rebel, Century of Eternity, Slow Down, So Tired, Waiting for Darkness, dude. And it also has a killer, was bonus track on the CD version called Spiders. Love it. My favorite track, that's tough. Very tough. Oh, man. Bark at the Moon. Oh, my favorite track on this album might be Rock and Roll Rebel, man. It's great. It talks about Ozzy, and I feel like it's an anthem for all of us, dude. We're all rock and roll rebels, man. This is what it's all about. 1983's Bark at the Moon. This might be the longest video I've done yet. Coming in number 1, of course, this is a no-brainer. Honestly, I think this is probably most people's number 1 Ozzy Osbourne album, and a complete, just utter heavy metal, early 80s heavy metal masterpiece. If somebody wanted to know, if somebody asked me, Mick, what is your opinion? What is heavy metal to you? What is heavy metal? What does heavy metal stand for? If I had to give them a record to show them, dude, it'd be this. It would be full on this. 1981's Diary of a Madman. Look at that. Just look how cool and spooky this album cover is. It's just, dude, complete perfection. I mean, I'm not worthy. This album, a beast, dude. A beast. To me, this is, man. Randy Rhoads, Lee Kerslake, Bob Daisley, Ozzy Osbourne once again. Same lineup as on Blizzard. Man, Over the Mountain. Jesus. Flying High again. Oh, man. You Can't Kill Rock and Roll. Believer. Little Dolls Tonight. SATO. Oh, man. And my favorite track, the blistering Ozzy Osbourne classic. I love how just dark and doomy and dungeony. The title track of this album, Diary of a Madman, is my favorite song on this album. And when you play that album and you just stare at this album cover, it's dude, it makes this artwork, it makes this picture come to life. Such a magical track, dude. Such a magical track. One of Randy Rhoads' best guitar solos. It's just crazy, dude. Crazy. Now, see, now here's the thing that confused me as a teenager when I was really getting into this release. You know, I mean, I'm pretty damn sure, correct me if I'm wrong, but on this album, it is Ozzy Osbourne, Randy Rhoads, Bob Daisley, and Lee Kerslake on drums, right? This is what fucked me up. On the inner sleeve, the dust sleeve, it features Ozzy, Randy, Rudy Sarzo, and Tommy Aldridge, which I love Tommy Aldridge's drums. Jeez. So, I mean, that's what screwed me up. But I could have swore. I mean, I know Bob Daisley wrote most of the lyrics on this album. Is this kind of like a Kiss Unmasked, Kiss Dynasty, Kiss Creatures of the Night kind of deal, where it features Ace and Peter on the cover? But we all know that Peter didn't play on Unmasked. He didn't play on Dynasty. And we know that Ace didn't play on Creatures of the Night. Is that what this issue kind of is? You tell me, because I'm not really sure. But nonetheless, dude, classic stuff. Classic stuff. I was trying to put the sleeve in the jacket. There you go. But yeah, man. Ozzy Osbourne, Darwin Man. His greatest works. One of the greatest heavy metal albums of all time. So we're at 40 minutes. The longest video yet, guys. I want to thank everybody for watching me on Radical Rock and with Record Reviews with Mick Watkins, bassist of Wild Ride. Thank you for tuning in. And, you know, cheers, guys. Cheers. Bottoms up. Bottoms up! Everybody, enjoy your day with your family and your friends. The ones that you can actually see and spend time with during quarantine. I know this shit sucks, guys. But we will get through this. We will get through with this. We will get through with this together. We will do it, guys. In the meantime, until episode 4. Which I don't know what it is yet, but I think I might have a little idea. Until then, guys, peace. Peace, love, rock and roll. This is Mick signing off. I love you all. And check out my band Wild Ride. We're awesome. On Facebook, Wild Ride. Instagram, official Wild Ride. We will rock your fucking socks off, guys. I promise. Guys, you have a great day. Peace. Thanks for watching. Bye.